Ladies and gentlemen, as you close your eyes tonight, prepare to enter the realm of sleep. Understand that this is not just a moment of rest. It is a doorway to the subconscious, a doorway to transformation, a doorway to creation. Because every night, as you drift beyond the analytical mind, you slip into the unknown. And it is in the unknown where all possibilities exist. It is in the unknown where the old self dissolves and the new self is born. So tonight, before you surrender to sleep, I invite you to take a breath. A deep breath in and a slow breath out. Let go of the weight of the day. Let go of the identity you've carried. Let go of the familiar thoughts that tether you to the past. Because in this moment right now, you are standing at the edge of something greater. Now bring your awareness to your heart. Feel it. Connect with it. This is the center of your creation. This is the gateway to the divine. And as you breathe into this space, I want you to remember that you are not just a body. You are not just a name. You are not just a person with a past. You are pure consciousness. And as consciousness, you have the power to shift your reality, to step into a new frequency, to embody a new future, right here in the infinite present. So as you lay down, begin to feel gratitude, not for something that has already happened, but for something that is about to happen. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. Feel the elevated emotions of love, of abundance, of wholeness, as if they are already yours. Because the moment you feel it, you send a new electromagnetic signature into the field. And when the frequency of your energy matches the future you desire, that future is drawn to you. Now surrender. Release the need to control. Trust that the divine intelligence within you, the same intelligence that beats your heart, that digests your food, that orchestrates the infinite cosmos, is already. Trust that your prayers are not just words spoken into the air, but frequency signals sent into the quantum field, activating possibilities beyond your comprehension. And as you cross the threshold into sleep, see yourself stepping into the new. See yourself healed. See yourself abundant. See yourself free. Because when you align your energy with your future, the universe has no choice but to conspire in your favor. Tonight, you are not just sleeping, you are becoming. Every night, as we transition from wakefulness to sleep, we enter a state where the conscious mind begins to fade and the subconscious takes control. This moment is far more powerful than most people realize. It is not just a biological necessity, but a profound gateway to transformation. A bridge between the conscious and the unconscious, where we can reprogram our deepest beliefs and emotions. Sleep is not merely a time for rest. It is a time for renewal. A time when the subconscious mind is wide open to receiving new instructions. Understanding how to harness this transition can change the way we manifest our reality. The subconscious mind governs nearly 95% of our thoughts, behaviors, and habits. It is the storehouse of all our experiences, memories, and deeply rooted patterns that dictate how we feel and act. Unlike the conscious mind, which operates based on logic, reason, and deliberate thought, the subconscious functions automatically responding to the emotions and beliefs we impress upon it. Throughout the day, our conscious mind filters and analyzes information. But as we begin to fall asleep, the brain shifts into different wave states, moving from beta, which is associated with active thinking, to alpha, then theta, and eventually delta. This shift is significant because as we enter theta waves, the subconscious becomes highly suggestible, just like a sponge ready to absorb and integrate new information. Children between the ages of 2 and 7 naturally exist in a theta brainwave state, which is why they learn so quickly and absorb everything around them. This same phenomenon happens when we drift into sleep, except instead of absorbing information from the outside world, we have the opportunity to plant new seeds within our subconscious. Whatever thoughts, emotions, and beliefs we focus on before sleep become the blueprint that the subconscious follows. Many people unknowingly reinforce negative patterns by carrying stress, anxiety, and worry into the night. They replay the problems of the day, dwell on fears, or hold on to limiting beliefs about themselves and their future. The subconscious takes these repeated emotions as truth, solidifying them into neural pathways that continue to shape their reality. But what if instead of carrying the weight of the past into sleep, We use this sacred window of time as a tool for transformation. What if instead of reinforcing stress, we program the mind with love, healing, gratitude, and abundance? The key is intention. When we become intentional about the thoughts and emotions we bring into sleep, we can begin to rewire the subconscious mind and align it with the future we desire. This is where prayer becomes a powerful mechanism. It is not simply about reciting words. It is about shifting into an elevated state of consciousness where we embody the emotions of the reality we want to create. Before drifting off, take a deep breath and become aware of your body. Feel the relaxation settling in. Instead of letting your mind run on autopilot, deliberately choose to focus on an elevated emotion. If you are seeking healing, feel wholeness in every cell of your body. If you desire abundance, cultivate a profound sense of gratitude as if it is already yours. The subconscious does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It only responds to the feelings you generate. By embracing the elevated emotions of your desired future, you are energetically aligning yourself with it. This is the doorway to the unknown. The moment before sleep is a moment of surrender, a time to let go of control and trust in the intelligence that is greater than you. It is an opportunity to place your intention into the field, knowing that the subconscious will take it and begin weaving it into your waking reality. Instead of falling asleep as the same person, carrying the same limitations, you have the choice to step into a new frequency, a new identity, a new future. When done consistently, this practice does not just lead to better sleep. It leads to profound transformation. Throughout the day. We operate from a familiar sense of self, shaped by our past experiences, emotions, and repetitive thought patterns. This identity, built over time, dictates how we perceive ourselves and the world around us. However, much of this self-concept is based on past conditioning, limiting beliefs and emotional attachments that no longer serve us. As we prepare to sleep, we are given a rare opportunity to release this version of ourselves and step into a new way of being. The process of letting go of the old self before sleep is essential for transformation, because the subconscious mind, which governs the majority of our behaviors, becomes highly receptive during this transition. When we enter sleep carrying the same thoughts, emotions, and unresolved experiences of the day, we reinforce the same patterns, keeping us trapped in a cycle of familiar feelings and predictable outcomes. Many people go to bed consumed by the events of the day, replaying conversations, reliving stressful moments, and worrying about the future. This unconscious habit strengthens neurological pathways associated with stress, anxiety, and limitation. The more we repeat these thought loops, the more they become ingrained in our subconscious, shaping our perceptions and behaviors in waking life. What we carry into sleep has a profound impact on our state of being because the subconscious mind absorbs and integrates these patterns while we rest. If we do not consciously release the burdens of the day, we bring them into the next morning, continuing the same emotional cycles and reinforcing the same reality. The key to transformation lies in breaking this cycle by intentionally letting go of the old self before drifting into sleep. This means releasing attachment to the identity we have constructed based on past experiences and choosing to step into a new state of being. One of the most effective ways to do this is through awareness. As we lay down to sleep, instead of allowing the mind to replay the same habitual thoughts, we can bring attention to our inner state and recognize the emotions we are holding on to. Observing these emotions without judgment creates space between our awareness and our past conditioning, allowing us to disengage from the familiar self. Once we become aware of the thoughts and emotions that no longer serve us, we can make the conscious decision to release them. This is where the power of prayer, meditation, or breath work becomes invaluable. By directing our focus away from the stresses of the day and toward a higher state of consciousness, we signal to the subconscious mind that we are ready to shift. Breathing deeply, visualizing light filling the body, or expressing gratitude are powerful ways to change our internal state. When we generate elevated emotions such as love, peace, and gratitude, we begin to override the old emotional patterns, replacing them with a new, energetic signature. Letting go of the old self also requires surrender. This means trusting that we do not need to carry every burden, solve every problem, or control every aspect of our lives before we sleep. It is about understanding that the intelligence that governs the universe is always working on our behalf, even when we are not consciously aware of it. Surrendering the need to control allows us to move beyond the limitations of the analytical mind and enter a space of infinite possibility. When we release resistance and open ourselves to new experiences, we create room for transformation to take place. Each night, we have the opportunity to dissolve the identity that binds us to the past and embrace a new way of being. By consciously letting go of the thoughts, emotions, and stories that reinforce limitation, we make space for new possibilities to emerge. Sleep is not just a time for rest. It is a time for renewal. When we approach it with intention, we allow the subconscious mind to rewire itself in alignment with the future we desire, rather than the past we wish to leave behind. Letting go of the old self before sleep is not just an act of self-care. It is a doorway to a new reality. The heart is more than just a physical organ that pumps blood throughout the body. It is an energetic center, a powerful electromagnetic field that connects us to the deeper intelligence of the universe. Modern science has shown that the heart generates an electromagnetic field many times stronger than that of the brain, influencing our emotions, thoughts, and overall well-being. But beyond its biological function, the heart is a gateway to creation, transformation, and divine connection. Before sleep, bring awareness to the heart as a powerful practice that allows us to shift into a higher state of being, aligning ourselves with healing, abundance, and peace. Throughout the day, we are often caught up in the analytical mind, solving problems, making decisions, reacting to external circumstances. The mind tends to operate in cycles of logic, judgment, and analysis, which can keep us trapped in a state of overthinking and stress. However, when we shift our focus from the head to the heart, we move beyond the limitations of the thinking mind and enter a space of deeper intelligence. The heart does not think in words or logic. It communicates through feelings, intuition, and energy. It is the center of love, gratitude, and compassion, and when we tap into these elevated emotions, we begin to harmonize our entire system. Before going to sleep, taking a few moments to connect with the heart can profoundly impact the subconscious mind. The emotions we generate before sleep set the tone for the internal programming that occurs during the night. If we go to bed feeling stressed, anxious, or fearful, the subconscious mind absorbs these frequencies and reinforces them in our waking life. But if we enter sleep in a state of gratitude, love, or inner peace, we program our subconscious to attract and manifest more of these experiences. The heart is the key to unlocking this transformation. One of the simplest yet most powerful ways to connect with the heart before sleep is through breath and awareness. Closing the eyes, placing a hand over the heart, and breathing deeply shifts our attention away from the busy mind and into the present moment. As we focus on the heart, we can begin to feel a sense of warmth, expansion, and energy radiating from this center. This awareness alone begins to change the frequency of our energy field, aligning us with higher states of consciousness. Once connected to the heart, it is essential to generate an elevated emotion. The most effective emotion for this practice is gratitude, as it is the ultimate state of receivership. Gratitude signals to the subconscious mind and the quantum field that we have already received what we desire. By feeling grateful before sleep, not for something that has already happened, but for something we wish to manifest, we begin to bridge the gap between our current reality and the reality we seek to create. The heart does not operate on linear time. It exists in the present moment where all possibilities exist. When we cultivate emotions of love, joy, and appreciation, we send out a powerful electromagnetic signal that influences not only our inner state, but also the external field around us. This is why people who operate from their heart space often experience synchronicities, effortless manifestations, and a sense of flow in their lives. The heart is the center of creation, and when we align with it before sleep, we set the stage for profound transformation during the night. As we surrender to sleep with an open and activated heart, We enter a state of coherence where the mind and body work in harmony. This coherence allows us to receive insights, healing, and inspiration from the deeper intelligence that governs our existence. Instead of falling asleep with the weight of the day, we shift into a space of limitless potential, where we are not just resting, we are becoming. By making heart-centered awareness a nightly practice, we awaken to a new reality. One where we are guided not by fear or limitation, but by love, intuition, and divine connection. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions a person can experience, and it holds the key to deep transformation. It is more than just saying thank you or acknowledging the good things in life. It is a state of being, a vibrational frequency that aligns us with the energy of creation. When we feel gratitude before sleep, we enter a state of receivership, sending a clear signal to the subconscious mind and the universe that we are ready to welcome abundance, healing, and new possibilities into our lives. Many people end their day by focusing on what went wrong, what they lack, or what they wish was different. This mental habit reinforces a state of resistance, signaling to the subconscious that life is difficult, unfair, or filled with struggle. The subconscious mind absorbs whatever emotional state we repeatedly experience, and as a result, those same patterns of struggle continue to show up in daily life. But what if, instead of reinforcing lack, we chose to go to sleep in a state of gratitude? What if we trained our subconscious mind to focus on abundance, wholeness, and joy? The shift would be profound because the subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined experiences. It simply responds to the emotional energy we give it. Before sleep, the mind enters a highly suggestible state as it transitions from wakefulness to deeper brainwave states. This is the perfect time to plant new seeds of thought and emotion. When we bring ourselves into a state of gratitude, we shift our focus away from what is missing and toward what is already present. This shift rewires the brain, strengthening neural pathways associated with positive emotions, and expanding our ability to see opportunities and blessings rather than limitations. Gratitude also has a direct impact on the body's physiology, reducing stress hormones, promoting relaxation, and creating a sense of peace that enhances sleep quality. The key to making gratitude a transformative practice is to feel it deeply, not just think about it intellectually. True gratitude is not just listing things we are grateful for. It is experiencing the emotion of already receiving what we desire. This is where it becomes a powerful tool for manifestation. If we go to sleep feeling grateful for something that has not yet happened, as if it already has, we begin to condition the subconscious to accept this new reality as truth. The brain does not know the difference between an actual event and one that is vividly imagined with strong emotion. By feeling the elevated emotion of gratitude before sleep, we energetically align ourselves with the reality we wish to create. This practice can be applied to any area of life. If someone is seeking healing, they can focus on feeling gratitude for their body's intelligence, for the energy of wholeness and vitality already within them. If they desire abundance, they can express gratitude for the financial prosperity that is on its way, feeling the relief and joy as if it is already theirs. If they long for love, they can immerse themselves in the warmth of already being deeply loved and appreciated. The more authentic the emotion, the stronger the signal sent to the subconscious mind and the quantum field. Gratitude is also the emotion that dissolves resistance. Many people struggle with doubt, fear, and impatience when trying to manifest change. But gratitude eliminates these barriers by shifting attention away from the lack and into a state of trust. When we are grateful, we are not questioning whether our desires will manifest. We are affirming that they already. This state of knowing, combined with the receptive state of the subconscious before sleep, creates the perfect conditions for transformation. Each night, we have a choice: to fall asleep with thoughts of fear, stress, and doubt, or to drift into the subconscious with gratitude, joy, and the feeling of fulfillment. When gratitude becomes a nightly ritual, it does more than improve our sleep. It reprograms the subconscious, aligns us with abundance, and transforms our reality from the inside out. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools for transformation. And when practiced before sleep, it becomes even more effective. The mind is incredibly receptive in the moments before we drift into unconsciousness, making it the perfect time to imprint new images, emotions, and intentions onto the subconscious. The subconscious does not differentiate between real experiences and those vividly imagined with strong emotion. It simply accepts whatever we feed it as truth. By deliberately directing our imagination toward the future we want to create, we program the subconscious to align with new possibilities and attract them into our waking reality. Many people unknowingly visualize before sleep, but often in a negative way. They replay past mistakes, dwell on what went wrong, or worry about what might happen in the future. This mental rehearsal of negative scenarios reinforces the same patterns in the subconscious mind, leading to repetitive cycles of stress, fear, and limitation. But if we consciously choose to visualize positive outcomes, we can break these cycles and replace them with empowering beliefs and experiences. Instead of going to bed reliving the past, we can shift into a state where we are rehearsing the future we wish to manifest. The key to effective visualization is not just seeing an image in the mind, but fully experiencing it with all the senses. Before sleep, take a few deep breaths and allow the body to relax. As the muscles loosen and the mind begins to settle, bring to mind a vision of the future self, the person you wish to become. Imagine every detail as vividly as possible. If the goal is healing, see the body radiating with health and vitality. If it is abundance, picture financial freedom, opportunities flowing effortlessly, and a deep sense of security. If it is love, feel the warmth of connection, the joy of being fully seen and appreciated. The more detailed the visualization, the more real it becomes in the subconscious mind. Beyond seeing the image, it is essential to engage the emotions connected to the desired future. Emotion is the language of the subconscious. It is not enough to simply imagine success, healing, or happiness. The key is to feel it as if it has already happened. The brain and body do not distinguish between an actual experience and one that is vividly imagined with deep emotion. By generating the feelings of joy, gratitude, excitement, or peace associated with the vision, we begin to create the neural pathways that make that future more likely to manifest. This process rewires the brain, shifting focus away from limitations and toward possibilities. Another important aspect of visualization is repetition. The subconscious mind is programmed through consistency and emotional intensity. Just as negative beliefs are reinforced through repeated thoughts of doubt and fear, positive beliefs must be reinforced through nightly visualization. When we practice seeing and feeling our desired future every night before sleep, the subconscious begins to accept it as reality. Over time, this practice influences behaviors, decisions, and perceptions in waking life, guiding us toward opportunities and actions that align with our vision. Visualization before sleep is also powerful because it allows us to access the deeper intelligence beyond the analytical mind. During sleep, the subconscious works to integrate, process, and reorganize information. By feeding it a clear and emotionally charged vision before bed, we direct this internal processing toward transformation rather than reinforcement of the past. Many people find that when they visualize consistently, they wake up feeling more inspired, clear-headed, and aligned with their intentions. Ideas, solutions, and insights seem to come effortlessly because the subconscious is working in the background to bridge the gap between the current reality and the envisioned future. Each night, we have a choice. We can fall asleep as the same version of ourselves, reinforcing the same patterns, or we can use the power of visualization to step into a new identity, a new reality. When done with intention, visualization before sleep is more than just a mental exercise. It is an act of creation, a way of aligning with the infinite possibilities available to us. Through repeated practice, we begin to embody the energy of our desired future, drawing it toward us with greater ease and certainty. Surrender is the ultimate act of trust, a deep acknowledgement that there is an intelligence greater than our conscious mind at work in our lives. It is the recognition that we do not have to control every detail, force outcomes, or carry the weight of uncertainty alone. When we surrender before sleep, we release resistance, allowing our subconscious mind to align with the greater field of possibilities. This is where true transformation occurs, not through struggle, but through letting go, opening ourselves to the unknown, and trusting in the unseen forces that guide us. Throughout the day, we often find ourselves caught in cycles of control, overanalyzing, worrying, and trying to predict every outcome. The mind clings to the familiar, repeating past patterns and reinforcing limiting beliefs. But when we carry these thoughts into sleep, we trap ourselves in the same emotional states, preventing real change from taking place. No. The subconscious absorbs whatever we feed it before bed. And if we fall asleep in a state of stress, fear, or doubt, we program ourselves to wake up in the same energy. Surrender is the key to breaking this cycle. It is about releasing the need to figure everything out, trusting that the answers, solutions, and opportunities will come in perfect timing. Surrender is not about giving up or becoming passive. It is about shifting from force to flow. It means recognizing that we are co-creators in our reality, working in harmony with a greater intelligence rather than trying to control every step. The most powerful moments of transformation happen when we let go of the need to know how or when things will unfold and instead focus on the state of being we wish to embody. This is why surrender before sleep is so powerful. It allows us to move beyond the limitations of the conscious mind and enter a space where true change can happen. One of the most effective ways to practice surrender before sleep is to consciously release all tension from the body and mind. As the body relaxes, the nervous system shifts out of survival mode and into a state of restoration. This is the perfect time to set an intention of surrender, to mentally and emotionally let go of all worries, decisions, and expectations. Simply stating, "I surrender all outcomes to the intelligence of the universe," or "I trust that everything is unfolding perfectly," sends a clear signal to the subconscious that it is safe to release control. Over time, this practice influences behaviors, decisions, and perceptions in waking life, guiding us toward opportunities and actions that align with our vision. Visualization before sleep is also powerful because it allows us to access the deeper intelligence beyond the analytical mind. During sleep, the subconscious works to integrate, process, and reorganize information. By feeding it a clear and emotionally charged vision before bed, we direct this internal processing toward transformation rather than reinforcement of the past. Many people find that when they visualize consistently, they wake up feeling more inspired, clear-headed, and aligned with their intentions. Ideas, solutions, and insights seem to come effortlessly because the subconscious is working in the background to bridge the gap between the current reality and the envisioned future. Each night, we have a choice. We can fall asleep as the same version of ourselves, reinforcing the same patterns, or we can use the power of visualization to step into a new identity, a new reality. When done with intention, visualization before sleep is more than just a mental exercise. It is an act of creation, a way of aligning with the infinite possibilities available to us. Through repeated practice, we begin to embody the energy of our desired future, drawing it toward us with greater ease and certainty. Surrender is the ultimate act of trust, a deep acknowledgement that there is an intelligence greater than our conscious mind at work in our lives. It is the recognition that we do not have to control every detail, force outcomes, or carry the weight of uncertainty alone. When we surrender before sleep, we release resistance, allowing our subconscious mind to align with the greater field of possibilities. This is where true transformation occurs, not through struggle, but through letting go, opening ourselves to the unknown, and trusting in the unseen forces that guide us. Throughout the day, we often find ourselves caught in cycles of control, overanalyzing, worrying, and trying to predict every outcome. The mind clings to the familiar, repeating past patterns and reinforcing limiting beliefs. But when we carry these thoughts into sleep, we trap ourselves in the same emotional states, preventing real change from taking place. No. The subconscious absorbs whatever we feed it before bed. And if we fall asleep in a state of stress, fear, or doubt, we program ourselves to wake up in the same energy. Surrender is the key to breaking this cycle. It is about releasing the need to figure everything out, trusting that the answers, solutions, and opportunities will come in perfect timing. Surrender is not about giving up or becoming passive. It is about shifting from force to flow. It means recognizing that we are co-creators in our reality, working in harmony with a greater intelligence rather than trying to control every step. The most powerful moments of transformation happen when we let go of the need to know how or when things will unfold and instead focus on the state of being we wish to embody. This is why surrender before sleep is so powerful. It allows us to move beyond the limitations of the conscious mind and enter a space where true change can happen. One of the most effective ways to practice surrender before sleep is to consciously release all tension from the body and mind. As the body relaxes, the nervous system shifts out of survival mode and into a state of restoration. This is the perfect time to set an intention of surrender, to mentally and emotionally let go of all worries, decisions, and expectations. Simply stating, "I surrender all outcomes to the intelligence of the universe," or "I trust that everything is unfolding perfectly," sends a clear signal to the subconscious that it is safe to release control.